Hello there, welcome to the show. I'm Bill Haley, the publisher of Route 422 Business Advisor, and we're here today talking to Gilbert Nazario, owner of Clean Floors and More LLC. Welcome, Gil.
Thanks, Bill. I appreciate you guys having me.
Oh, my pleasure. So it's so great to see you. Clean Floors and More, it's a commercial cleaning service offering cleaning and disinfecting services for businesses of all types and sizes.
Correct.
Right. So you started the company back in October of 2013. Time flies, huh?
It does.
So you started as a floor cleaning business. You've evolved into an all-inclusive janitorial cleaning service.
Correct.
Talk a little bit about the journey of starting a new business and getting to this point.
All right, cool. Thanks. In October of 2013. So it's going to be Friday the 13th is going to be our 10-year anniversary.
Awesome.
So I'm excited to have our anniversary. Just be in business for 10 years has been
Yeah.
a big deal. As you know, we're a husband and wife team. And the transition of I started out doing floors, working at the Reading Hospital, scrubbing floors, doing carpets, cleaning carpets, things like that, and just had the idea to start my own cleaning service. Felt like we can bring a service to the community. Brought the idea home to my wife. Thank goodness
Claudia,
that yes, thank goodness that she decided to run along with me, and it's just been a great partnership. It's been up and down, you know how business goes, but it's been a great 10 years, and we've been able to really grow our business and expand into the janitorial services, and kind of that's where we're at, man. We're a full service janitorial company, and we do floors as an additional service as well.
Absolutely, and you survived COVID.
Yeah.
And worked your way through that, and
Correct.
that was quite an interesting, particularly for someone in the cleaning business with the issues of obviously with disinfecting.
Correct.
Health, and I know you guys really kind of not only grew during that period, you thrived. You really did well. So congratulations on that.
Thanks.
So now, do you service all types of facilities?
Yeah, for the most part, we focus on medical facilities have been really good to us. Private schools have been really good to us, but we service a lot of general offices as well as manufacturing companies and things like that. And what we do in those type of facilities, we take care of their common areas and things that are just used by the common folks. But the medical field, like I said, has been really good to us. But we do service all type of facilities. Look for mainly at this stage in our business, mid-sized to large-sized facilities work well for us.
Awesome. And you guys do something I think is kind of cool. You use an app. It's called Swept, right?
Yes,
Where
yes.
you do a walkthrough, you take photos, you make a checklist and instructions for your workers, but you also use it to streamline the communications with your team members and to let the client know what's going on, right? Give them
Correct.
some security. So talk a little bit about that app and how it works.
All right, that's cool. I think that was a big plus for us. I know before that we were doing things on paper, you know, signing in, signing out, employees clocking in, clocking out, handing the sign-in sheet. But when we really brought the technology in, it not only helped us streamline things within our business, but it allowed us to have better communication with our employees as well as the clients. You know, the pictures, the messages, and some of our locations, one of our large locations, we're there 24 hours a day. So for our team to be able to use this app, to be able to communicate issues, whether things are broken, whether they need supplies and things like that, really helps our supervisors run things more smoothly. And then I like to use it as marketing too, because I just think having that technology and being able to provide that type of communication to the client and that type of service really intrigues the client, and it kind of helps us market our business a little better when you have that type of technology involved.
Absolutely, all of that, and it also it helps you kind of document things, right?
Correct.
Which is really important, right?
Correct.
When the customer's paying for, an hour of work, they want an hour of work, and with geolocation, you can say, hey, my guy was here, and here's what he did, and here's the photos, and so it really just gives you a lot of security in terms of the client and yourself as an employer.
Yeah, and it provides a peace of mind for both of us, and allows us to keep our team honest and give a good description of what's being done. What's being done at each location.
Sure, absolutely. So talk a little bit about your approach to marketing. I know you do like a little bit of everything. You've been a loyal advertiser of 422 Business Advisor for a while. You do advertorial with us. We're doing a video now, but you do other video. You do social media. You have a really kind of creative, progressive approach to marketing. Just talk about where that came from.
I think early on, I just realized that video marketing was going to be kind of top notch. And I think this is before really Instagram started moving and things like that. And I noticed if I would put my brand next to other exclusive and up and coming brands in the community via video, you know, I was able to put myself in front of other folks' audience. So just sitting here today with 422, I'm obviously going to be able to get in front of your audience, PCTV's audience. And I just kind of knew that ahead of time. If I can get out there and show people who I am and my personality and talk about my business and put a face to the service. And my wife always says, people pay clean floors and more, but they buy from Gil. So I always figured, you know, if we can put ourselves out to the community as well as put ourselves next to other successful people in the community, and especially on video, that can give us an upper hand and kind of let people know that we're solidified and kind of, you know, kind of gives you like a blue check mark within the community. So that was something I kind of realized early on.
Good point. And we've mentioned your wife, Claudia, a couple of times.
The big boss.
She is, well, you know, talk a little bit about being a husband and wife team. I mean, that's,
Thanks.
you know, that's a kind of a challenge for some people, but it's
Correct.
also a great strength, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I'll tell you, it's probably one of the hardest things we've both done in our life outside of just being married and raising children. You know, all those things are difficult things. But I think the biggest accomplishment, of course, is working with my wife, and as a husband and wife team is what my kids been able to see, you know, because business gets done at the dining room table. Yes, we have an office, but our dining room table is the main hub.
You're always working except when you're not.
You're not lying.
Yeah.
So just, you know, having my kids around to be able to see that, not only the good, but to see the bad, the struggle, how you work through problems, to see big problems and to see us get through those type of issues. You know, as a husband and wife team, I think that's always going to be our biggest boast, and involve themselves in a business makes me proud.
That's so awesome. Now, you know, kind of related to that, you're very entrepreneurial by nature, which is obviously is why you've been so successful. But you know, you've often said, and we've talked before, you know, whether it was this business or any other business, you would have applied yourself with the same thought process, the same energy, the same devotion, commitment to excellence, all those qualities. So just talk a little bit more about your entrepreneurial mindset. Now, I know it's born in you, but you've developed it too.
Correct. All right. I'm not really sure where it came from, Bill, but I know when I was younger, my parents, and especially my mom, she always just told me we can do anything and be anything. And I know, you know, a lot of parents, you know, tell their kids that, but I just believed it. And you know, and she always used to tell me to get started with something. And it took me a while to get started with something. And I really didn't understand what she was saying when I was younger, but she knew whatever I was going to do, I was going to be great at it, you know, just start. And I started with janitorial. Now 10 years later, I've been running a successful janitorial company, and now it clicks. So she saw something in me, and I think it's just that pushing. I have my brothers around me as well. I have a younger brother who's an entrepreneur, and he pushed me as well and really helped me believe in myself and what I can do. And just from there, it's about going to work, you know. So you can have the dreams and the passion and all that stuff, but then you got to cut out the time to create a plan and go to work. So a lot of it was my family and just, you know, them believing in me and instilling those type of things. And then the rest of it is going to work and getting it done.
Awesome answer. That's so important. It's so important to have support, but of course you got to roll up your sleeves and do the work.
Correct.
Right. You got to rise to the occasion, which you have done. So, you know, I think it's pretty obvious, but let's talk a little bit about what distinguishes you from your competitors.
All right. I like the passion that me and my wife have. I think that husband and wife team, we brought a coach in years back, probably 6-7 years ago, and he really helped put really coached us into putting that husband and wife face in the front of everything, and bringing that coach in and really taking the ideas that I had in my mind and creating the systems that are going to help push us forward, taking care of our team members first. I love growth, but growth isn't always you know, I don't want to just bring on clients. I want to make sure I bring on a client. I want to make sure we take care of them. And the goal is to lock them in for a very long time instead of getting a whole bunch, which again, I love new clients, but you know, taking care of the ones that you have, I think is most important, you know, just showing up and really taking care of your team. I think that's what people know us for, is the great communication and putting our team first. And I always figured if you put your team first and take care of them, they're going to take care of your clients.
Awesome, and that's so true. And you know, all of these things that you bring are you know, obvious when people get to know you. But you know, you mentioned important. You keep your clients, right? You make every customer satisfied.
Yes.
And they'll when they're asked, hey, who do you use for your cleaning? I use Clean Floors and More. They are awesome. Gil's the great. That's how it works, right? Word gets out.
How it works.
You got to market. You got to put your name out there. But then once you get a client, you've got to make sure you treat them like every client is special, right?
Correct. And you do that by treating, your teams the ones that they're out there doing the job. So creating a great training system for them, a great support system for them, a great coaching, incentives, things like that, in order for them to go out there and represent us in the best light, when they're out there dealing with our clients on a nightly basis.
Well, I think you're a fabulous example for aspiring entrepreneurs, right?
Thanks.
If anybody wanted a model for how do you build a business, they just got to sit down and listen to you talk.
I'll take that, Bill.
Follow your plan, because it's obviously worked. It's worked, and the sky's the limit for you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited. 10th year, you know what I mean? I'm just excited to see what the next 10 brings for us.
Okay. Any parting thoughts or advice to anyone, or any ideas, anything you want to say to wrap this up here?
Yeah, I always say the same thing, man. The community has been great to us. So when I was trying to figure out how to build my business, you just don't, certain things you just don't know. You have an idea, you want to create a plan, but I was able to dive into my community, whether that was the SBDA, SBDC, SCORE, Small Business Resource Association with Gary Seibert, tapping over 422, just being around people that are able to lift you up, to teach you the things that you may not know. You know what I mean? I'm always just trying to get in a room with good people and figure things out, ask a lot of questions, and listen a lot. And I think that's where it starts. So I think the community is a great place, and just dive in and ask questions and ask people, how did you get where you got to? I'm always trying to find somebody who's doing something exciting and say, hey, and I just ask questions. How did you do this? What are your goals? Who do you hang around with? Do you have a coach? And just try to dive into the community and use the people around me to grow. And I think that's how anybody can succeed.
Awesome. All right, so you're based in Berks County, but
Correct.
you will go outside the region, but this is kind of our coverage area, is kind of your coverage area, correct? Okay. All right, so let's throw a number out there: 484-599-2751.
Correct.
That's how people get a hold of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And of course, you have a website, cleanfloorsandmore.net.
That's perfect.
Correct. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, Gil, been a great pleasure talking to you.
This is fun.
Yeah. And, I advise anyone out there looking for cleaning services, you can't do better than Gil, believe me. So I encourage you to check out his website, give him a call, and thank you all for watching the show today. It's been great being with you, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Take care.
Thanks.